So Lee Whitfield on the opening break. And he flushes it. Flushes it so well, he's made a grand total of 0 balls.
And it's a great split, and again, choice of either colour set. Naturally, you're probably looking at reds, but you could argue against either. So they're just going to take this one at the bottom and leave Steve the one to the left centre after this shot. So I think the key to the frame is getting the angle on the red that's closest to the 8-ball into the bottom left-hand corner and being able to be straight enough to stun in the gap for the red at the bottom of the corner, bottom table.
Yeah, and ordinarily, you sort of be talking about the Juhasz and say, well, I've got nothing to play for. It's a bit of a rubber match for Zak and Lee, but when you've got sort of father and son playing together, and they both talked earlier about how it's a bucket list moment for them playing in live TV together, you absolutely know that they are here to win every single possible match and milk every moment. So this isn't going to be a gimme at all. They're still fighting. They know they can't qualify, but they're still desperate to win that first match of the night, and that is a lovely shot from Steve Juhasz.
Yeah, and Steve deserved that, and he's played a great shot there.
Lovely out. Lovely out. Yeah, well done. That's probably their best frame of the night, actually, for the pair of them. Certainly as a Scotch duo, that was pretty good.
There aren't many pairs that have a Scotch 8-ball clearance on live TV, so that's something that they can certainly take away from the night.
Yeah, no one can ever take that away from them now.
And it wasn't an easy finish either. Steve played a great shot for the second to last ball into the corner for position for Josh. And Josh is another one who's broken well tonight, so can he find another one?
Ball's flying everywhere, but it's on as even a dry break this time for the Juhaszes.
I think Zak's straight. Lee's at the table. So he's gone yellows, and it's just the cluster on the left-hand side that he's got to work out. He's left himself a nice angle now to attack it early. Played that nice. And does the yellow still go into the bottom left corner that's glued onto the red?
That's what he's come around to look at. I think so. It does look that well. The fact that Zak's come up to have a look as well. Well, this is how you know it's close.
Yeah, I think if he doesn't, Lee's playing into the red now. He's played that very well.
Yeah, I don't think you could really ask for too much more off that shot. It's come up lovely.
Lee's definitely played really well tonight, and he's showcased what a talent he's got.
Just goes to remind us basically how deep the pool is, pun not intended, of talent in this country, because, you know, he's not a part of the Challenger Series and he's just a local league player. But you knew how good he was, and all of a sudden he rocks up on the... Oh, very nearly the commentator's curse of all commentators' curses there, but he's all right. You're welcome, Lee. But, yeah, looks completely at home. Has played some really good stuff tonight. That last shot aside.
Yeah, he'll take it, and it's a great response to the Juhaszes. And it's the battle of the reverse clearances.
And they can share a smile about that now the 8-ball went in. Very, very close to missing that one, but it doesn't matter now.
I think it's Zak's break next. It'd be interesting to see whether he goes through the cut break or the front ball break.
Yeah, back to the front ball. Good man.
It's a better connection, but again, no
There's
ball.
just no way. That's crazy. 3 dry breaks to start. They've all been hit well. I will say that I'm not sure Zak's missed out here by not making a ball, because at first glance this lead looks really not nice.
It's not, but there is an out on reds. So if he can open up this first ball, like so, oh, he would have had the red that's closest to the 8 ball to play off the yellow. So Zak will know that's the danger. So side rail and try and pop the red. Oh, it's a great effort. So Zak has got the opportunity to go here now as well, and the yellow that's near the bottom end of the table to the left, he can use that to leave an angle to develop the yellow that's tied up. He's attacking it early, going now. Good shot.
He'll take that for sure.
Just got to play a good shot here to hold the cue ball for the yellows. Got it, and he's just played it off the red, so it's opened up the pocket, but still got plenty of work to do on this frame. Take this yellow to the right centre. There, but oh, the red just tied up the yellow.
It's all happening out there tonight, isn't it, for Zak Shepherd and Lee Whitfield?
They just need these little nudges, but they're just not getting them. And 𝗟𝗩𝗘𝗃 just had a look, see if it's touching ball. Oh, he's gone for the cut. Ooh.
And it's not going to come out nice. Good chance here for Steve Juhasz to get another frame on the boards. I just felt like there's been a lot of nearly moments in this night for Zak and Lee in particular.
I'm not quite sure these two reds plant now, so if he wanted to, he could just pull back and just play a little snooker behind the red. Play the bottom red and leave the cue ball behind the other one. He's played it well. Good luck getting out of this one, Zak. He's got to make a legitimate attempt.
Yeah, all the very best. Pretty good effort. Pots of red for good measure.
It would have been good if he was on reds with that trick shot.
Yeah, wouldn't it just?
Another good chance for Steve, but he needed to have an angle. He should still get it, but he's as bad as he could be on this red, which makes it missable.
He's done pretty well.
Just needs to hold it in and drop it in dead weight to hold the cue ball. Doesn't want to travel back across. Just okay. That's a good scalp for Steve.
Yeah, and a frame on the board for Steve Juhasz. I mentioned these two, they'll be so keen to win this match. Almost the motivation will have barely dropped, really, despite the fact they can no longer qualify. They'll be so up for winning it. This was always going to be a difficult game for Zak and Lee.
Yeah, because sometimes like you play pairings where they just want to get out of the building, whereas these two specifically, they want to have that moment themselves and get that victory on the board, and it's nice to see that they're trying to the very end. Steve's going for the break now. Can he get that golden break moment?
You set him up now. You set him up. It's going to stay up, and so is every other ball, is it? Yeah, dry break.
And if they can pop the red to the centre pocket first shot, these are pretty much gone. Just not sure if it's there or not. It looks like it is, so it's a routine clearance for these two. Oh, all of a sudden. Just because they were bridging over that yellow, they've had to reroute. Can he get through the gap? It's a great shot by Lee, and that's ball in hand perfect. It's pretty much dot to dot finish, and we could be looking at 2-2 with, I'd say, about 6 minutes left on the match by the time these are gone.
Yeah, a reminder of the match situation and the night situation. Zak Shepherd and Lee Whitfield can still qualify. They must do so by winning this match and hoping that Oliver Goddard and Justin Matthews beat 𝗟𝗑𝘃𝗀𝗃 and Dylan Leary in our final match of the evening. Good news for them is that Ollie and Justin can very much still qualify too, and to do so they must win. So they've got a highly motivated pair up against Eddie and Dylan. They've taken this finish out beautifully.
Yeah, a couple of key positional shots which they found, and again, every break in this match has been dry.
Crazy, really, isn't it? It's not been for want of trying. They've all been hit pretty well. So Zak Shepherd to play next, which is what he'd have wanted.
It's Zak's break. I think we'll see him cut break here.
I think he's lost faith already.
Yeah.
Seems to be the way of the tide is sort of flowing in this match. 4 breaks, all of them dry, 6 minutes left.
No.
Zak Shepherd sticks with the front ball. Makes the ball and has got quite a presentable chance, certainly on yellows.
Yeah, they all connect up nicely, and the balls, it wasn't a big explosion on the pack considering the front ball break, but he managed to find a ball and split nicely. Not a single ball on the rail. Drop this into the left centre.
Yeah, you could make a case that was maybe the most difficult yellow to land on if you just had the ball anywhere on the table, and well, he was perfectly on it to start with.
Yeah, the key shot's coming up now. He just needs to land in the gap between the two yellows as he runs down the table. I think he's perfect. So Zak's just got to decide here how he wants to connect these yellows up. So if you can run through and take the yellow into the right centre off this shot. Oh. He's not on it. So you've got to play a big shot now. Has he just come too far? I think he's okay. He's swerving it slightly.
Oh, he's played a great shot there. How's your cue ball? Needs a bounce.
Not got it.
He is millimetres off perfect. That's so unlucky. He's played a great recovery shot.
It's a frustration in that shot, but it's all he could do. But these reds, for someone of Josh Juhasz's calibre, are exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, that should really be that for this frame. I'll win this frame for Josh Juhasz. And Zak Shepherd and Lee Whitfield will need 2 in the final, remaining minute. And that's the sort of thing you can do when you know you're already got no chance of qualification. You can take your really tough red up the rail first shot. You could make a case that was the right shot, but he seemed to play it with so much freedom. Wobbles that one in because he was forcing the cue ball, and now he's in perfect shape. Great couple of shots.
Yeah, I think the reason why I'd taken it down down the rail to the top left was just to draw the cue ball back, so if he did miss it, he was snookering Zak on the yellow, but he cued it beautifully, and these all connect up nicely, and he'll be taking the 8 ball into the bottom left-hand corner. There's going to be 2 minutes left on the clock, but a draw for Zak and Lee is not good. So they did need to win. So these are effectively out of the tournament.
Yeah, big frame win. So 151 left. And Zak Shepherd and Lee Whitfield need 2 frames in 1 minute and 51 seconds. They must win this match 4-3 if they're to have any hope whatsoever of qualification tonight. And that facial expression of Zak Shepherd is almost like I've just told him that news. It's a tough situation to be in.
Yeah, they haven't really missed balls, but it's just that odd positional shot that they've just been a bit unlucky with.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier in the night. It's almost like nearly moments. There's been quite a few of those. Steve Juhasz back on the break, the Hungarian hustler. And it's going to be dry. So 145 and ticking for Lee Whitfield to work. They do have the next break. So maybe if this can't be absolutely rapid fire, just beat the buzzer and get yourselves a golden break attempt to try and win the match.
His nickname is Quickfire.
It's going to need to be. How's the 8 ball going to land? I think it's okay.
But they need to speed up to give themselves a little bit of a chance.
As long as that yellow passes to the bottom right, that's almost feels like the key ball now.
Hurry up.
Oh, he's scratched.
I That's just the speed, the shot clock.
Yeah, and it's the one thing you can never account for. You mentioned yourself, you've played Lee, you know, you've seen him beat some world-class players, but he would have never had to have done that on a 15-second shot clock with 1:45 to clear them all. It is a whole nother ball game.
Yeah, it does add a different element to the pool world, and it is to get used to it and to be able to play under that environment. There is a skill to develop.
Speaking to a couple of the players earlier and mentioned how, you know, as a commentator, you'll never really hear me, I hope, give players too much flack for not making the buzzer beater or not finding the way out with time on the clock, because it's so difficult. So much harder than a regulation finish, and that's what Lee Whitfield experienced there. But he'll be all the better for it. But for the Juhaszes, well, they do have their first Ultimate Pool Pairs Cup win. And for father and son, you can never, ever take that away from them. This night, though, is very much still live. Eddie Barker and Dylan Leary are the favourites, but Justin Matthews and Oliver Goddard can force a 6-red shootout with a win. Our final match of the night is live next.